Hey everyone, it's Sammy with Trading Transformations. Today I've asked one of our members, Nadine, to hop on a quick Zoom with me just to catch everybody up on what we have going on. I figured, Nadine, I'll let you introduce yourself, give us a little background on who you are, how long you've been trading, how long you've been with us.
My name is Nadine, and I've been trading with Sammy since 2022. And I started dabbling in trading in 2020, and I was looking for mentoring. I did a lot of learning on my own, and then I really was interested. I started with Forex, and um, and I was looking for really a mentor, to go further into my learning and understanding, and have be under the tutel of somebody that's been trading for many years and knows the do's and don'ts of the beast.
The beast, huh? Well, hey,
Yeah.
what I want to do is take a dive in and kind of specifically talk about our program is made up of three pillars. So, our three pillars, we call them the three C's, right? Curriculum, coaching, and our community. So, talking about specifically our curriculum or our education, I kind of want to, maybe have you share a little bit about your thoughts on our program because we have it distilled down into 11 modules. We have never changed what we teach. We teach the same thing over and over because that's what works. But I just want to maybe have your opinion or your thoughts on what we actually teach and how we deliver that experience.
So going back to looking for a mentor, I was really looking for someone that had skills, experience, knowledge that was also sharing it and teaching with the goal of having the student progress and now transform.
Right on.
And when Sammy was name was given to me through a common friend, it was really that. So Sammy, you really, really delivered on all those levels because I was looking for a mindset and a method, or a method and a mindset. And definitely your course, your module, everything from A to Z is really that, because you take care of and you touch on so many levels of trading. That's why I say there's a beast, because I used to say it's so mental, it's mental, and you cover even the mental part of this. So the module are very well done, executed, taught in a very comprehensible way. And you have define each module to a very specific learning to address, to acquire, to better this understanding of trading. I
Awesome.
mean, it's very well done.
Oh, thanks
Absolutely.
so much. I appreciate that feedback. So the second pillar of our program, or the second C, is our group coaching. So you come to our group coaching regular, you're very consistent at the group coaching part as well. Can you share maybe a little of the value that our group coaching sessions brings to you specifically?
Yes, again, when I'm talking about mentoring, the live session is such an important part of it all, because now you're offering a live classroom where we can interact with you with question. You go over the module in order, so each session is a module, which is mind-blowing. And not only that, it's nice to interact with the other students of yours and hear their question. We come up with questions, and then we even add to the other people's point of views, and certainly yours are always tremendously valuable. The other thing of those life coaching is the belonging. Is belonging to a tribe, as you call it,
I love
belonging
it.
to a group that we all have the same goals, and we all kind of go through the same hurdles, the same concerns, and through those live sessions, I mean, we can interact with all that, which is such an important part of learning anything. And what I love also about those classes is at the end, you always pull up the live chart of what we're doing right now, and you really like clear what's going on, what we're looking at, what you're looking at, and what could be happening, what has happened, and what could be happening. And that is very insightful and
Awesome.
very much so.
You know, one thing I want to point out to you, and it's really funny, is once you come through and you kind of learn how to, what we say is define the market or frame the market, right?
Right.
That's like really important. And what we do, since you've been with me, have I ever veered off course? Like I never change my process. It's been the same for 14 years, 15 years. I don't change it because the market doesn't, it performs the same way all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. It repeats.
It repeats.
And consistency is definitely a trait that, a trader, an analyst, is looking to acquire. And
Absolutely.
just by you, through your mentoring, already you show that consistency through everything. And we're going to talk about your methods and the data. Yes.
100%, 100%. So the third and final component of our program, or the third C, is our community. And to me, our community is like my family, right? So Nadine, you come consistently. You are involved in the community on Telegram, which we host every day. You participate daily in that community. Can you share maybe how this community has contributed to your success?
Again, this is such a great follow-up of the live session, because exactly that family, we are there every morning, and we are there with you, and you give such invaluable information of what's going on. I mean, it's all there. We can even go back, and I do. Sometimes I just scroll back and I reread what you wrote that is going on. Watch this, pay attention to that. This is what's going on. And then, I mean, it's like you give us, that 40,000 mile high sky view on that information. And it's also nice because to me it's so encouraging. And everybody posts they post their trades, post their day, how it's going. And again, that family is really all there together. The support that is in our community is so important, because sometimes you wonder, are you the only one having an issue or a trouble, with what's going on? Am I analyzing properly, or is it really the market that is being difficult this morning? And then when everybody is kind of posting, yeah, this is like Savon would say, soup sandwich, or we're in the litter box, and it's like, okay, it's like, all right, it's everything's going to be okay. I got this. I analyzed the right thing. Or even sometimes, Sammy, you will post notes that I was just writing down, that I was watching. So that also is validating,
Right.
that I'm learning. I'm doing well. I'm
Yep.
right. The other thing is that reading your analysis, like I said, it's like a travel in your mind. It's like we open your brain, we're looking at what an expert trader sees, what you're zeroing in from that altitude.
Right.
And
Right.
that is mentoring to the most important level out of all
Awesome.
of them, because we can read your thinking.
Great. Terrific. And you know what's funny is, like you just said, a lot of times you're already writing your notes of the same stuff I'm saying already. So super powerful, and just being there consistently and seeing the same things play out over and over and over.
Yep. 100%.
So those three key components to our program, the three C's, the curriculum, the coaching, and the community, are super important just on like a fundamental and a psychological level. But really, the whole purpose of our program is that we use data. We use three different types of data. We're using momentum because we know the market's going to move fast. We're using sentiment because now we know all the institutions agree on a direction. And when those institutions agree on a direction, they are going to pump as much equity as they have to be right. And we can jump right on with the actual numeric data generated and hit our targets. Finally, we track with volatility as our third element in the optimizer. And that's just kind of a bonus because now we're going to get giant candles. So specifically within our program, once you started using the optimizer and trading using data, can you share a little bit about that and maybe some of the problems you've been able to fix in your trading with the data?
Absolutely. First of all, I want to, applaud you for all those years of you're not just watching candles, opening, closing, wicks. You have put together a system of data, of indicators that is a game changer, for sure, bar none. Like you said, all these indicators, it's about understanding what we're looking at. And those indicators are, to me, bringing it down to removing, you talk about sentiment, yes, my sentiment, my feelings, my ideas, what I think, and it brings it to like zeros and one almost in a binary.
Right.
Because then it brings a certain certainty, if I can say, because then you can eliminate all those maybe, if, why,
Yeah.
perhaps. And again, I'm going with consistency because I think it's such a strong word. All the data that we have access to because of your ingenuity is so easier to understand what is going on. We have, like you said, the momentum, the sentiment, the sentiment, and the volatility, and all that gives us an accumulation of information that better my direction of, are we buying, are we selling, or are we just staying here for now for a long time, perhaps? Like we have spent
Yeah.
some morning, all of us waiting, which that's another good thing.
So that data, really what we're doing, because we're using numeric data specifically, right? Most, methods and strategies are using linear based indicators, which means you're just trying to interpret line charts and all of this information. But when you distill down what's happening in those linear charts into an actual number, a number that locks in every minute, a number that we teach the thresholds, so when is the right time to get in the fastest, the most efficient and safe trades, right? So, having that kind of power, I think you're able to fix trade management issues, maybe the fear of missing out, those types of things, huh?
The 4 fears. Yeah, for sure. And also, yeah, I think that when you say it's about, really, we all want to do that, but it's like, let's buy low and let's sell high. And all that data definitely zero in and focus on what is going on here. Premium, discount.
Right, right.
Am I in, am I out?
Exactly. And that confirmation, man, for me, that was the game changer, is like you said, we can talk about what we think is going to happen, but that don't mean anything, right? What we think does not matter when it comes to trading. It's what we can confirm, and using that information as a confirmation point, that's the needle mover.
Yeah, and especially the optimizer. The optimizer, as long as that thing is lit, we can pretty much securely stay in that trade. And then when that little minute will do its little cycle, we are good as long as all the rest is lit. And that also was a big game changer for me, because I've stayed in trades, collected more, that without that optimizer being all lit, I might have, left the trade
Right.
when everything would have been telling me to continue.
Sure. Takes you from like dozens of pips to hundreds of pips, from hundreds of pips to thousands of pips in a single trade.
So we started with like 100 some pips, and now we're like 1,000, like that. I mean, we have members that will post in their pictures,
Yep.
1,200 pips, 1,800 pips. The other day I got, I posted that one.
That's why I
You
call
know,
it the optimizer. We optimize the fastest and safest trades with the biggest candles. So, I mean, really, like you said, it's kind of almost like you can't go wrong when the panel's lit with all the numbers, right?
it's validation, confirmation, and also brings consistency, which
Right,
is, yeah, sometimes I still do some, little trades here and there but the loss is nothing.
right,
It's just like, and like you told me, um, because this is important, and that's the difference between a mentor and not a mentor, which Sammy is an amazing mentor. I bring you a problem, and I told you, I said, well, I'm still doing some mistakes, and you say, and right away, well, are they new mistakes? Are they old mistakes? And he goes, write them down. And I have a sheet, a separate sheet with a red pen, and I put errors. And when I make a mistake, an error, I feel an error is less condemning. I write it down, and I write it down, and then I'm like, blast, I'm doing the same errors. So
right.
now it's easy to fix it.
Especially when you can pin an error to data, right? When you actually, at the end of the day, can come in now and say, well,
Yeah,
I made this mistake here. What is the data telling me to do?
yeah,
Right?
yes,
End of the
yes,
day, when you trade journal and really come back to reconcile, that's how we fix everything really
yeah, at
fast,
the end of the day.
right?
Yes, the EOD. Yes, yes. Definitely, like, and you're there and giving us homework and pushing us through to see, what you see, after so many years of experience. But not only that, you can understand anybody that brings in a problem, you have a great solution to it all the time. That's why
Uh,
I'm going back to your mentoring, because I've had other, my two first years, I had other teachers, and call them teachers, and they did not, they're so not what you are,
uh,
which helped me even more to appreciate
thank you.
all your method, your thinking. You're 150% into it, into our learning, into our progress, into our transformation, and that's commendable.
Uh,
I mean it. I mean
Thank
it.
you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Thank
So,
you.
you know, I'm going to shift gears a little bit now. So, when I think about like what we do, it's really unique. It's really innovative. And part of the reason I'm able to help people when they have problems is because I can always revert back to factual information with their data, right? So it sounds like, wow, this is so different than anything else. But people that are out there struggling, right? Maybe they've been trading for a while, they've been bitten by horrible programs, spent thousands of dollars and got no results. Maybe they're totally skeptical. When you think about investing in our program and the success you've been able to achieve or the ROI you've gotten coming in and working with us, what would you say to those people who are skeptical or just feel like it's the end of the road and there's no hope?
Well, exactly what I just said. This is definitely just what I just said about the difference between you and hiring or putting money in indicators and all those other, like, yeah, I've done that too. And definitely it's very unique, like I said, because you are so present. You give everything that that you have all your experience. You are so readily to share it, and anybody that has the passion, because you have to put your efforts in there. Like you said, I show up every session. I'm
Yep.
there every morning, and so anybody, if you are really serious about this is really the mentor for you, because if you put your hand out and you work, Sammy will hold you and he will work with you relentlessly almost. I mean, unless you're not showing up, unless you're not there, unless you're not interested, you know, other than that, and there's so many people in the group that I've seen that has been added that they understand the one that are showing up, the one that are showing up, the one that are there. So it's a commitment, but I promise you, if you commit to Sammy, Sammy will commit to you. For sure.
Right on. Oh, thanks so much.
I mean it from my heart.
I think, the part with, like I said, for me, it's really easy to help everybody because I'm not saying like, well, this trade didn't work because I can really, it all comes back to, I can go now and I can go look at information. I can pin your performance to factual information. And now we can have the real conversation about transformation, right? Because if you're taking a trade and you don't have any data backing your trade, what do you think is going to happen? You already know, right? It's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to win.
It's a guess.
It's a guess. But when we go back and we come back to the optimizer and the numeric data, and we know the thresholds and when to get in and when to get out of trades, and we have that massive confirmation and that confluence of data. Really, that's what it is. It's a confluence of data across 5 timeframes that's so easy to read. You cannot ignore it. And if you're not waiting for it, then you're going to probably have a lot of losing trades.
For sure. For sure.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely an accumulation of valuable information that the brain is processing.
Yeah.
That I can remove my emotions out, like,
right.
So because like the doubting, and did I do the right thing? Am I, and then when everything is there and it becomes clear and clearer and clearer, like I mean, my game has up, and
Up,
I can
up.
imagine what it will be, I don't know, in another year. Come on,
There we go.
I'm moving to the south of wherever.
There we go. All right.
The south of anywhere on the ocean.
Well, hey, I want to thank you for, sharing your insight into our program, into our optimizer and how we use data. And of course, I'll see you Monday morning. And if you need anything, as always, I'll be there.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, Nadine.
Thank you.